Dora's third test is to turn winter into spring. She gets cold when she got to Winter Valley. The witch remarks Dora that Dora will never be able to turn winter into spring, as she decided to make it even colder by having snowmen, snowballs, and storm clouds come by. When Dora saw the snowmen, snowballs, and storm clouds, she got even colder. Luckily, Dora remembered the bag of sunshine given to her by the giant, which she puts in her backpack. Dora lets the sunshine out into the bag. Now it was time to make things hot. They had to sing Caliente. As the singing continued, all of the snow melted. The witch got angry and walked away. Dora was proud to turn Winter Valley into Spring Valley. The animals came up to Dora and gave her a present. She opened it, revealing a magic hairbrush that had the ability to make her hair really, really long. Dora thanked the animals, and they warned her to be careful with it because the magic only works once, and told her not to use the magic hairbrush until she needs it. Dora agreed to be careful and waved goodbye to the animals. The Fiesta Trio congratulates Dora for passing the third test. She only has one test left. Dora checks the map one last time to figure out where to go next. So far, she found the red ring at Dragon's Cave, now the Prince's Palace, taught the giant rocks to sing, and turned winter to spring at Winter Valley, now Spring Valley. That places a check mark on those places. The path traces to the castle of the King and Queen. The map tells me to tell Dora that finally they have to go to the castle of the King and Queen. So far, Dora found the red ring, taught the giant rocks to sing, turned winter into spring. The fourth and final test that Dora has to do now is bring the moon to the Queen and King. They were at the castle. Dora enters the castle and she had to go up a long spiral staircase. The Queen and King were proud of Dora to have come so far. She's passed many tests, but this test was the hardest of all. Dora has to bring to the moon to the Queen and King. The witch is seen hiding behind the castle, and she has an evil feeling that Dora is going to give up. But Dora is going to prove her wrong. The witch was in shock, and her wand commented that Dora is really something. Dora then had a plan. She's going to call Anissa the iguana, Tico the squirrel, and Benny the bull. They all came along riding on horses. Issa, Tico, and Benny entered the castle, but when they got there, the witch used her wand to make the long spiral staircase disappear, and she tells them that there is no way they can climb up and help Dora. Luckily, they had to figure out how to get up to the tower without the long spiral staircase. Luckily, Dora remembered about the magic hairbrush given to her by the animals in spring, and she can use it to make her hair really long, which she would allow her friends to still climb up to the top of the castle, like in the story of Rapunzel. She grabs the magic hairbrush and starts brushing her hair really, really long. Her hair is stretched all the way down, and Benny, Issa, and Tico used Dora's really long hair to climb up to the top of the castle. After that, they got a group hug, and Dora's hair shortens as the magic wore off, though it remained longer than usual. Now that Benny, Issa, and Tico are up to the tower, they can help Dora pass her fourth and final test, bringing the moon to the Queen and King. Suddenly, they saw stars in the sky of red, orange, yellow, and purple. Dora, Benny, Issa, and Tico each took turns catching a star in their special way. Tico got a star by climbing up a pole. Issa used her tail to catch a star. Benny relied on his strength to push heavy barrels before catching a star. Dora performed a super jump to reach her star. Once the star was caught, it developed a staircase. He managed to catch 4 stars, but the staircase wasn't quite tall enough. He needed one more star. Suddenly, another star appeared. It was an explorer star. I caught the star, which turned out to be Fairy Star. She flew to the top of the night sky and reached the moon. Dora climbed the staircase and the stars had formed, made her way to the moon, asked her to come down and see the king and queen. The moon happily agreed. However, the witch returned and was shocked to see them. She wondered how Benny, Issa, and Tico had managed to get to the tower after she made the steps disappear, and also asked where Dora was. Just then, Dora came down and hopped to the moon. The Fiesta Trio congratulated her for passing her fourth and final test, which then reviewed all that Dora and I had done. They found the red ring, taught the giant rocks to sing, turned winter into spring, and brought the moon to the queen and king. With each accomplishment, the witch grew more upset because Dora completed all the challenges. She broke the witch's spell, and all her powers are gone, and she flies away. The king told Dora that the witch had lost her power, and the queen knows that she will never be seen again now that she's flying away for good. Dora, Benny, Issa, Tico, the king and queen, all cheered over the witch's defeat. The king asks Dora to come forward, and he changes her clothes, turning her into a true princess after completing all the tests. She now wears a floor-length princess gown that is golden with a pinkish-white petticoat underneath, has a V neckline. The sleeves are long and straight and puff up at the shoulders. There are small pink stripes on the cuffs of the sleeves. The skirt is flowy and has a pink and purple stripes on her legs hem. Her sneakers turn into high heels that are golden with pink bars on them. Her hair is longer and curly and hangs down along her back from a long golden headdress with a pink flower. Dora had transformed into La Princesa Dora. A message from the seven dwarfs, etched on a diamond-shaped glass mirror, told her to hurry. There's only one leaf left on the ivy vine wall. Dora had to hug Sleeping Boots to wake him up before the last leaf fell, or he would be asleep forever. The king quickly summoned the unicorns, which arrived with a carriage for La Princesa Dora to take off. She had to say, vuelen, the Spanish word for fly. La Princesa Dora took off with the flying unicorns. Benny, Isa, Tika, the queen, and king wished her good luck. As La Princesa Dora flew back to get Sleeping Boots, she soared over Spring Valley, formerly Winter Valley, the giant rocks, and the prince's palace, formerly the dragon's cave. When she was over all the places, the unicorns and carriage landed on the grass. La Princesa Dora hurried out of the carriage and rushed over to Sleeping Boots. Listen helper than me. She hugged Sleeping Boots as tight as she could. Just as the last leaf touched the grass, Sleeping Boots woke up. He stretched his arms, opened his mouth wide and yawned. Boots told Dora he had an extraordinary dream where she was a princess with really long hair and saw this dream would come true. After the spell was broken, the ivy leaves magically returned to the wall. Now Princessa Dora, Boots, the seven dwarfs, and the ivy vine wall all celebrated their victory. The prince, the giant and his puppy, King Lion, Queen Lioness, Benny, Isa, and Tico all joined them, thanks to Dora becoming a true princess and waking up. Sleeping Boots just in time. The mean witch was never seen again. Fairytale Land was saved, and everyone lived happily ever after.